All right, this is Ed Carbajal from MyMMANews.com. I'm speaking with Logan Camp, young kickboxer out of New Jersey, my home state. Full disclosure again for folks that are listening to this, Logan is a student of an old training partner and friend of mine, and Logan has a fight coming up here at the UFC gym in North Brunswick on April 30th. Um, Logan, this is kickboxing, right? It's a gym smoker, correct?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a Muay Thai.
Oh, okay.
hmm
Um, so this is not your first one. I was doing some homework on you before we started recording. So is this your third? Is this your third Muay Thai fight?
Yeah, it's gonna be my third Muay Thai smoker fight.
Wow. So I mean, is this something that you're looking to go pro with? Like where do you? Most guys they do one or two, and that's kind of like they f- they
Right.
figure it out from there if they're going to do more. This is your third one. So is this something that like you're zeroed in on?
Um, yeah, as of right now, my body's looking like decent. I definitely see like a long-term future in fighting in general. So it's looking pretty long.
Any plans to you plan on sticking with Muay Thai? I mean, it seems like no matter what the martial art discipline you want to compete in these days, there's a market for it if you want to kind of make a career out of it, especially when you look
Right.
at organizations like One Championship Bellator had their own kickboxing division. So is that where you see yourself in say like 10 years?
I may see myself as like a kickboxing like champion or maybe like a Muay Thai champion, and then we'll definitely migrate over to like the MMA realm just because I feel like that's like the biggest money maker right now in terms of like martial arts. But yeah, just when I start building up my backgrounds, I'm definitely gonna like check out like MMA big time and
Yeah, I
just go
mean,
all in on it.
yeah. No, that's definitely what a lot of younger guys like to do when I speak to younger fighters. But I mean, you talked about building up your background. What got you, like, what lit the fire under you to start training, start competing? I mean, did you do karate since you were a kid, or like, what put you and Mike together to make these fights happen?
Like how I started fighting.
Yeah,
Well, I feel like as soon as I started training, I was just like really into it, and just like the competition itself, it just got addicting to me. So just like whatever competition came my way, I was just really for it, and I got like really into it. So might as well pursue it.
yeah. I mean, it's great to hear because I mean, you, my generation at your age felt like they had to do all this preparation before they executed on something they were interested in. And you
Right.
and I spoke with your training partner Jay last week. Guys like your generation sees it and they just execute on the plan, and you'll grow as you're doing it. And I feel like that's just the best path to success. How successful were you? I mean, this is your third one. How'd the last two fights go?
They went pretty well for me. I feel like I took them both, but just I mean these are like amateur and like smoker fights. I feel
Hmm.
like the winning actually counts when I get to like pro fights. So win or lose in these amateur or smoker fights, like it doesn't matter. Just as long as I'm progressing into what I want to be, and then go pro off there.
What weight do you fight at? Does it matter, or I mean, are you guys pretty evenly
Yeah, I like to
matched
stay
as far
light.
as?
I like to say like 125, 130.
Mhm.
Based off like my body in general. I'm like 5'7". I don't want to verse guys that are like 6'2", like
Oh wow.
145. So I like to stay in like the lower weight class. It's nice and fast.
Yeah, I mean, the images I saw, like I don't know where we can see the footage of the fights. I know from my understanding there are tickets available for
hmm
this one coming up in April on April 30th.
Yep. I think they're like $25 a ticket. But my fights, they're all posted on YouTube, Instagram, or anyone
Is
that.
it is that the Fighters United YouTube channel, or where do we
Um,
find that?
yeah, Fighters United, and then it'll be under my Instagram, which is Campy on my way. It's yeah, Campy underscore then OMW.
I know I follow you somewhere ever since, because I know Mike puts a lot of your stuff out there too.
Yeah,
Which,
he
by the
bullies me.
way, I mean, it seems like he bullies both a lot of you guys. But I mean, considering what I know of his history and when we trained together, and our old instructor, my current instructor, still,
Mhm.
that just comes with the territory. But the from what I saw, I mean, your I saw a video of you doing some bag work. I saw still shots of one of the fights. I'm not sure which one it was. Were they all at the North Brunswick UFC gym?
Yeah, they have this promotion called Up in the Smoke, which is like the main one I've been fighting under.
Do you know who the promoter is for that? Like directly? Like who do you have to
Yeah,
talk
I
to get a
think
fight?
it's I don't know his name, but it's one of Mike's like coaches.
Oh, is it Jimmy?
Yeah, I think it is. It's like a big black dude.
Yeah, Jimmy
Oh,
B52.
yeah.
Yeah, Muay Thai. Yeah, no, he's one of the old. He was the Muay Thai instructor at the school we were both training at back in the day. So that makes sense. Are you? Is it his students versus Jimmy students versus Mike students? Is that kind of like the setup of it?
Oh no, it's I think it's like probably like 10 to 15 like other gyms.
Oh wow.
And yeah, now it gets pretty like crazy in there. I think they had like to like kind of like shut things down a little bit with the live recordings because it's been getting like too big, like too much attention to it. Because it's not like supposed to be like one of those like actual promotions. It's just uh like smokers,
Like
and that's pretty much it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
an exhibition at a gym. Yeah, no, I get that. It's funny you're saying that because one of the things I noticed when I was looking at the still shots of one of your last fights, I was like, there's a lot of people there watching it.
Yeah,
So
it was really surprising.
and so what? I mean, I know you've already done a couple of these, but like first time in, can you talk about just nervous jitters? Did it affect your performance at all?
Yeah, first time in, like the main thing I was focusing on is how I want to be thinking. You know, do I want to be thinking in a nice, calm way? Do I want to be thinking like in an angry way? And I kind of did like a weird mixture of both, and it ended up working out. So, but yeah, it was just really like nerve wracking. I was kind of scared my first fight, so I was like more of like a counter fighter.
Mm.
Still worked out, but I wish I was like more aggressive. So I took that into account on my next fight. Stayed aggressive, basically the whole fight, and was absolutely obliterated, just an exhaustion. But we still took the dub.
Yeah, I mean, your body seems to do a lot more work than the training room versus doing something like that because you got a lot of
Mhm.
other things going on. I mean, again, people watching, you're the center of attention. Is it a case of you kind of needed to get hit once just to kind of calm down when you did these first two?
Kinda. I would just like as soon as I start striking, I just know it was just like as soon as I start seeing like punches thrown at me, I just know it's on. But no, I feel like I haven't really been hit yet, like
Mm.
actually hit in any of my fights. But I want honestly, I want to fight a kid. These adults are just like they're not training enough. Most of them it's like 9 to 5, like they're working 9 to 5 jobs. They don't have enough time to train. If
Mm.
I versus a kid that's like my age, still like in high school or whatever, like I think it'll be a little more fair on like the energy level and like the skill level,
Mm.
not like so
How
much the experience.
how old are
I'm
you, by the way?
17.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's prime so you can absorb everything like a sponge, all technique and experiences. So it's a perfect time to get started. I start when I did kickboxing, the American long pants karate style kickboxing. This is way back in the day in the '90s. When I did that, I was six. I started when I was 16, and I was thrown in a smoker or two myself back then. But
Yeah,
yeah. So it's fun, but I only did one, and I went to college and stuff like that. And obviously, I stuck with martial arts as a hobbyist.
right.
When I talked to Jay about it, I mean, he says he's saying that he's a hobbyist and he's calling it a hobby, but hobbyists don't compete as often as you guys do.
hmm
So I mean, where in your mind this is something that it's more than a hobby for you, right?
Yeah, no, this is something I really want to do. This is something I like. I don't have to depend on the size of my body. You know, with like other sports, I really try to pursue them like basketball or football, but you know, I'm like 125, 5'7" at best,
Mm.
running around. You know, I could only do so much. You know, but I feel like fighting is definitely where I like belong. You know.
And one last question. I mean, do you know? You said it's a like 10 or so other gyms. Do you know who you're going to be facing on April 30th, or do you find out kind of
Nah,
when you show up?
it's yeah, it's like the amateur smoker matchups. You know,
Mm.
you don't really know till like last minute.
So you just have to kind of stay ready for whatever. There's
Yeah.
no, yeah.
So like when you mentioned something about like my first fight, the name scared the shit out of me. It was Fabrizio Costa,
Oh
Brazilian
yeah.
dude, 26, all tatted,
Oh my
straight
God.
from Brazil. I was like, oh my god, what is this? What is this I'm about to verse?
Yeah.
That's when the nerves
Yeah.
really started like getting into me. But
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. When I got to tell you a quick story when we're done recording, but you just brought back a memory for me. But so this is April 30th. Tickets are $25. I guess you got to buy them at the door. There's no pre-purchasing.
yep.
And then one more time for folks, let them know where they can follow you and check out your fights. You mentioned your Instagram. If you don't
hmm
mind, mention that again, and the YouTube channel where we can find your stuff at.
Yeah. So the YouTube channel is Fighters United, and it's the logo is like a donkey with a glove on. Bad logo. My coach came up with it. Complained to him. My Instagram is Campy CAMPY underscore OMW. I think it's and then 464. I think if not, it'll still pop up. But yeah,
All right, cool. So Logan Camp, April 30th, UFC Gym, North Brunswick. If you're in central New Jersey, go check him out. Both him and Jay Fountain are fighting there, and I might be there myself just if I can get in the door based on what I saw. That looks like it's a little hot. It's a hot number on at the end of the month, especially if you're a local fight fan. So thank you so much, Logan, for doing this interview.
thanks for having me on.